back with more of our Coronavirus in the Classroom Town Hall event. We've got the CDC Director, Dr. Rochelle Walensky, here, along with Education Secretary, Dr. Miguel Cardona. They've been answering questions from teachers and parents all morning long.
Yeah, and Carson's got a couple of more moms and dads in our crowd. Hey, Carson.
Hi, guys. Good morning. Next up is a video question from Sharon. Sharon's a mom of 4 from San Diego County, and she's got a question about masks. Watch the tape.
I don't co-parent with now that adults have had the opportunity to be vaccinated if they choose. When are parents and students' voices going to be taken into account to come up with a plan that allows for mask choice?
What say you? I mean, there's a parent reflecting views that we've seen in school boards and school districts is getting heated.
2/3 of the people across the country agree with mask mandates. We all want our children to be safe. I've visited 17 different states, talked to students directly. They're not as concerned about the masks as the adults are. They want to get to their games after school. They want to be able to see their friends. And they know that if they're not masked, there's a greater likelihood that school's going to be disrupted. We have all elementary age students don't have vaccines. We have to keep them in mind, too.
Just real quickly, I mean, is there anything from a medical standpoint in and of themselves that the masks cause with the students in terms of disruption of learning or disruption of breathing? I mean, is there anything like that out there that the parents should have a real worry about?
We have not seen any science that defends that point of view. What I can say is that we've started to say, even this month, data from Los Angeles County, that rates in children are 3.5 times higher in areas that have not practice the mitigation strategies compared to those that are. So with the purpose of keeping our kids in school, getting them in school, having them be safe, masks really are the way to go.
Let's go back to Carson.
It's Danielle, guys, flew all the way in from California and has a question for the secretary about keeping things respectful.
Yes. Hi. My question is, with so much discourse, division, and disagreement surrounding the mask mandates, vaccination requirements, the safety measures that schools are taking, how can we regain and maintain a healthy culture in the classroom, amongst school staff, and with our parents and families in the school community?
That's a great question, and it's on the mind of teachers across the country. Education is a unifier. We all want the best for our kids. We all do. And I'm excited that getting back to school, we can get back to the business of teaching and learning and making sure that our schools are safe communities for the students and for their families. And I'm confident that we're going to do that. I think this is difficult work, reopening schools in the midst of a pandemic. It's difficult work, but I think if we as educators model how to do it respectfully, I think our kids are going to be better off for it.
Yeah, a lot of people see those school board meetings and these brawls that are breaking out. You think, like, what in the heck is going on here? But you're right. It's something we can all get together on. We're going to hear also from a group at the center of all this. We're talking about the students.
Yeah, so we've gotten a little help from our NBC stations and affiliates spread out at schools across the country. We're going to start in the Midwest this morning. We've got Jody Long. She's at WHO 13 in Des Moines. She's in the library of the Prairie View School in Waukee, Iowa, suburb of Des Moines. And Jody, give us the lay of the land there, and then we'd love to hear from some of your students there.
Yeah, of course. Hi, Savannah. Yeah, the number of Iowans with COVID right now is skyrocketing. Every county in our state has either high or substantial transmission of the virus, so that means it's spreading right now through the schools. Recent data shows nearly a quarter of all recent COVID cases in our state were in children under the age of 18. And school-age kids aren't required to wear masks in class here. That's due to a legislative ban on mask mandates in schools. So as you can imagine, Savannah, that has a lot of parents, teachers, and districts divided. And I'm with a student named Bella McDonald. She's 14. She's an 8th grader here at Prairie View School in Waukee. That's a suburb of Des Moines. Bella, what's your question?
Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds has questioned the effectiveness of masks after signing a law that banned mask mandates earlier this year. What would you say to people who are still skeptical about the benefits of masks to prove they do work and can help us combat this virus?
Question about the benefits of masks.
Bella, thank you for that question. We have seen data after data that have demonstrated that schools that are not masking are closing because they're having outbreaks. Schools from Georgia, we saw last year, had 37% less closure, less outbreaks when they used masks. Data from LA demonstrating 3.5 times the rate of COVID in kids if they're not masking. So I would say the data actually absolutely show that masking decreases outbreaks in schools.
All right, Jody and Bella, great job. Thank you so much.
Did real good. Let's head south. Let's go to Dallas, Texas. Wayne Carter is the education reporter at KXAS NBC5. He's inside MST Magnet Elementary School. Hey, Wayne, good morning.
Good morning, Hoda. There are more than 100 different school districts here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and each one has their own rules, their own protocols on what to do with masks. In Richardson, they originally listened to our governor who ordered no mask in classrooms, but then some neighboring districts decided to sue so they could be able to use them. Richardson has then kind of sided with those schools in the courts and required them, but it may be too late as one school already had to shut down because of a rise in COVID cases, and principals tell me others may be in a similar boat as this all kind of plays out here. We are joined this morning by Emma Vera. She's in 4th grade here at the school, and she has an important question she wants to ask this morning.
So my question is, when are kids my age going to get vaccinated? Because we want to be safe.
Good question.
That was my first question, too, Emma. How about it, Dr. Walensky?
Great minds think alike, right, Emma? Absolutely, and we are working with urgency to make sure that that vaccine, when it comes to you, is going to be safe, it's going to be effective, it's going to follow the science, and we are really hopeful that you will have that vaccine by the end of the year.
Do you think it'll be a 2-shot or a 3-shot?
You know, we're still looking at 2-shot or 3-shot for adults, so I anticipate at least 2, but we'll see where the science takes us.
I want to thank Wayne Carter, who I worked with a long time ago, WL, and Emma, too. We thank you guys both.
Great job. And let's go. Our final stop, South Carolina, WCBD News 2 morning anchor Brad Franco joins us now from North Charleston, outside of an elementary school that's gone all virtual already because of COVID outbreaks. Hi, Brad.
Good morning, Savannah. The playground behind me here at Chicora Elementary School, normally packed with kids at this time of day, but it is one of 8 schools within the Charleston County School District already forced into virtual learning at some point this year. There have been more than 1,400 cases of COVID-19 involving students and teachers. At this point, again, this is one of 8. Now, there is anxiety, obviously, with parents thinking that maybe their school could be the next one to go virtual. I get it. I have 4 kids, 2 of them in the district, and 2 more will be kindergartners next year. There is a mask mandate in the Charleston County School District, but they can't enforce it because state law prevents state money being used for that. Fortunately for 18-year-old Egypt Stokes over at Military Magnet Academy, which is right next door, they are still face-to-face. And she has a question, the senior has a question for Dr. Cardona.
Good morning. So how the school systems provide instructions to students in both virtual, dual, and in person without overworking and burning out our teachers? And how will that impact seniors like me who are applying this college?
Well, Egypt, thank you for the question. I hope you have a wonderful senior year. What an important year. And you're absolutely right. We found last year that the conditions for educating students in a virtual or hybrid weren't ideal. And we have the tools to make sure that we can get students in the classroom safely and without interruption. And I'm disappointed to hear that there's disruptions already in your community. These are preventable if we follow the mitigation strategies. So I'm glad you brought up the tax that we're putting on teachers who have to do double duty. We should be able to keep students safely in school and provide an alternative for students who are quarantined using different staff. The American Rescue Plan provided the funds. We have to make sure that we're doing that because all students deserve an opportunity to learn in the classroom and have uninterrupted attention from their teacher.
Brad in Egypt, thank you so much. Thanks to all of our affiliates and the stations for helping out. I want to ask you real quick, Dr. Cardona, we were used to, we all had to show our vaccines when we were kids. If we go to school, I have to show the flu shot for my little kids to go to school. Why is that not available?
To show the vaccine cards?
Say if you want to come to school, you got to have a vaccine.
I have my card in my pocket. I was coming to New York. I knew that if I'm going to go somewhere, I have to have it with me. I think that's the culture we're going to create. But I'm very pleased with what I'm seeing around the country now, where if you're not sharing that you're vaccinated, you have to follow testing protocols regularly to make sure that we're keeping COVID out of our schools. So eventually, I think we're going to get to a point where it's going to be normal for folks to communicate that they're vaccinated. This is taking time. We need to keep our students at the center, not politics. Just let's get vaccinated. Let's let our kids go to school and learn in the classroom.
I think we can all agree about that, on getting the kids back to the classroom. Indeed. Dr. Walensky, Dr. Cardona, don't go anywhere. They're going to be back in the next hour to keep this conversation going.
And meantime, and we want to thank all the teachers and educators and parents who are here. I know y'all are going to stick around. You guys made a big trip here to see us.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews, uplifting stories, shop our favorite deals, and so much more with the Today app. Download it now.